It's very packed. It's more faster than it looks like on screen.
Yeah.
And I just love watching. That's why I like watching hockey there. And I like going to games live, and that's what I like to do.
I'll tell you what, and that was a great monologue, by the way. I think the most exciting sport in the world to watch live is hockey.
I agree,
hands down.
I'm not.
I
have a counter argument that. If you go to
playoff baseball,
no,
he's going to say soccer.
Yeah, Spain soccer. If you go to soccer in another country, I get it. For you guys, it's not like your thing. Playoff baseball's insane. I get that. Playoff football, anything, but like
football's not even good to go to live.
College playoff football is a lot of fun to go to.
Yeah, college football is different.
I'm telling you, Spain soccer. If you go to any of those games, like they take it as like a religion. So like it's something else like that.
It's the world sport.
In my opinion, like. That's the most intense game. Like if I want to go to a game, that I would love to go to. Like,
even England too. England's really big on it.
England, Ireland, even though they suck.
Everybody
Italy,
in Europe.
Like you want to go to like a country, like a national game. Yeah, like a Germany versus like Argentina match, like that World Cup. Like World Cup matches are insane.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, that's not the football we're going to be talking about in a second here. Because guess what? It's time for one of our, I think not everybody's favorite part of the week, but certainly my favorite part of the week.
It depends who lost.
It does depend who lost. Guys, let's get ready. NFL Weekend Recap. That's right. It's the NFL Weekend Recap, brought to you, as always, by our resident host of the Weekend Recap, Dan Morales. He will take us through every single game in the NFL that happened this week, and we'll comment on them. So let's get rolling. Dan, what happened this week?
Alrighty, for my first game, one of my favorites of the week. Jalen Ramsey said in the beginning of the season that Josh Allen was a bad pick, and he can't wait to play him this week. But guess what happened?
Yeah.
Josh Allen went for 8 for 19, 160 yards, touchdown, not impressive, but with his legs, 13 carries, 99 yards, and a nice rushing touchdown, and to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, I guess to say the least, Jalen Ramsey was not happy.
Jalen Ramsey
not happy after that game.
He keeps just embarrassing himself. Speaking of the Jags, actually, they just fired their offensive coordinator.
Yes, they did. And just today, yeah.
And Bortles is sitting for Cody Kessler.
Yes.
It's bizarre. You know, it's not bizarre.
What happened?
Well, here's what happened. Blake Bortles was a mistake. They gave him money that he earned, sure, fine, but you knew this guy wasn't the answer.
It was off of 1 year, though.
And you knew he wasn't the answer. Like, who was putting that much faith in Blake Bortles? Just his name makes you go, you know what I mean?
I mean, in fairness, he's playing without... He kind of reminds me of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, because without Fournette, Bortles is literally nothing.
That's true.
That's very true.
That's very true.
That's very true.
But, a very disappointing game for them if you're a fan of theirs. I'm not. But definitely, if you're looking for a team to start taking hold of that division, it's not the Jaguars. It's not the Jaguars anymore.
Nope,
their defense is in shambles. Blake Bortles is showing his true self. And this is what you have to deal with. Now you have Josh Allen going off on...
Going dub gang.
And I know, Nick, you were never high on the Jags to begin with. But what did you see their ceiling?
I saw their ceiling as a divisional game appearance. That's it.
So a playoff team.
That's it.
Okay.
I thought I knew they'd be a playoff team, but they are obviously not.
No, they're going to be different next year.
Yeah, definitely going to be a lot different. Dan, what else we got?
Up next, we have the Ravens-Raiders. Ravens beat the Raiders 34-17. I'm liking where the team's going. Lamar Jackson has 2 wins in a row. He's doing everything possible with his legs and with his arm. He's showing that he can play in this league.
Does anybody have it worse than Joe Flacco right now?
I was about to say, is Flacco a Raven next year?
No, he's not. He's going to find himself on another team. He's going to find him. Listen, I think Flacco will probably have a starting job somewhere next year, a la the Jaguars, possibly.
I was going to say, who really needs a quarterback desperately?
The Jaguars, the Denver Broncos, the Oakland Raiders.
The Jaguars.
The Raiders?
Are you buying?
You think Carr is gone?
I think they're going to either try to move him or just flat out release him. I just don't think he's Harbaugh. I keep trying to say Harbaugh's guy, John Gruden's guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wants him. That's just where I'm at. I don't think you do all of this to dismantle this team the way he has if you believed in that quarterback.
Well, don't you think Derek Carr attracts free agents?
I don't.
Really?
No.
I really don't think anybody wants to play for the Raiders right now.
I'm not gonna lie.
Nobody.
After watching
Rookies.
the Raiders play this season, like, is that the team that you want to go to? Like, where they're just gonna tank it out? Like, that's not like the team people want to play for. You feel me?
It makes me iffy. It makes me very iffy. What else we got?
All right, so next we got Jameis Winston showing a little bit of life with 29-38 with 312 yards and 2 touchdowns over the win over San Francisco 49ers, 27-9. What do you guys think about that?
I'll give him a couple of weeks until Fitzpatrick starts again. I'm just like, this is so like consistent. Winston has a good couple of games, then he has a bad game. And comes Fitzpatrick.
I want to argue with Eric, but I can. I happen to agree.
Tell me I'm wrong.
This is going to go one of two ways. Either Jameis Winston is going to get in some trouble off the field because he's a knucklehead, or
he gets hurt.
Or he just implodes on himself like he always does. So, I don't know. I mean, this guy has led the league over the last 2 years in interceptions for a reason.
I don't
buy this for 1 minute. I don't buy this for a minute.
I can't get excited. I just can't. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
All right.
What else we got?
So this is absolutely my favorite game of the week.
I know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is. The Browns have beat the Bengals 35-20, and there's a lot of interesting things that happen in this game. Baker Mayfield threw for 4 touchdowns, which is also insane. One of the things, they had the most first half points, 346 yards since week 5 of 2009, and also one of the things that they haven't won back-to-back games since 1991.
How about Baker Mayfield sticking up for his team?
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
He was feeling pretty dangerous today, wasn't he?
The Browns,
obviously.
The Browns broke like a bunch of different records after that win. I think it's like their consecutive AFC North win or something.
He's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
The Browns are in such a good spot.
Nick Chubb is playing like a beast. I'm sorry. Nick Chubb is going to be a great running back. The Browns have, after Hugh Jackman left, the Browns have found some answers somewhere.
Can I make a decree?
Sure.
The Browns,
I guess.
The Browns are no longer lovable losers.
No. As a matter of fact, I'm at the point.
I'm making bold statement.
Okay.
All right.
My bold statement comes next, though.
All right, bold statement. Browns make playoffs next year.
I was going to say, Browns win the division next year.
Wow.
I'm going that far. Baker Mayfield's the real thing. By the way, here's some Baker Mayfield sound, recent Baker Mayfield sound for you.
I found a way to make it interesting. You know, when you get ahead like that, you want to take time off the clock, but at the same time, we need to find that happy medium to where we're still playing aggressive, but taking care of the clock. You know,
I love him.
It's a tricky way to do it.
Right. Yeah, he's just going over. He's going. Found a way to make it interesting. You think so, Baker? You think so?
But quick thing here, guys. I have to mention that Hugh Jackman, whatever his name was. Hugh Jackson. He was on the opposite sideline for this game.
I know.
Yes, he was. First game with the Raiders against his former team.
Interception, and then he gave the ball to Hugh Jackson on the sideline after his interception.
Did you see what Baker said?
Did you see what Baker said at post game?
Yeah,
I missed this,
Jackson.
obviously. Well,
yes.
Go.
At Jackson.
He
basically said, I don't respect a guy who was just in our own room, goes across to the team that we play twice a year. My God.
This guy's old school. I love him.
I have to ask you a question. I do have to ask you both. Greg Williams, Browns head coach next year?
No, absolutely not. They're going to clean house. They're going to bring in somebody else.
I agree.
Greg Williams, I'll tell you what, he's getting some brownie points right now for himself.
He might still have a job, but may not be head coach.
He's not going to be the D coordinator there either. They're going to clean house. He's come out already and said. If Bruce Arians has come out and said already, if I come back, I'm going to the Browns.
I don't blame him. The Browns are turning
I saw that, and I was like, if Bruce Arians comes to the Browns, that might be a turnaround.
The Browns are turning into a guilty pleasure of teams to watch.
They really are.
Oh my God, it's the best.
They were everything
that was so sorry, and now you're seeing. I remember watching them get their one win 2 years ago.
The
it was
Browns
great.
need a Sunday night game now.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They really need a primetime game to watch.
If they keep on winning, they still might make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not out of the cards yet.
It's not out of the cards.
It's not out of the cards.
It's not likely, but it's still not out of the cards.
What do we got next?
What we got next is, as we all know, as we all know in the Wheel Sports Talk, Phillip Rivers broke the record for completion, 25 and 26 passes. It was amazing.
Magnificent.
45-10 over the Cardinals.
And finished 28 for 29 over the game. 259 yards, 3 touchdowns. This dude is the most underrated football player in the sport. Not just quarterback in the sport. Most underrated football player in the sport.
I saw a stat that actually blew me away.
Shoot.
Phillip Rivers was more likely to get struck by lightning than to do what he did on Sunday. And that absolutely blew my
Where
mind.
did you read that?
ESPN.
That is definitely not
They found
true.
the statistics on this?
It was either ESPN or SportsCenter.
it's pretty improbable to throw 25 passes in a row and have them caught because the people.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I guess. I mean, to be fair, a lot of them were dump-off passes. By the way, Melvin Gordon hurt in this game. May not return for the season. We're not sure where his status is. We'll update you as we get more information. But yeah, and that's a tough loss. But, they're still right there in the thick of things. They're not out of this yet.
All right.
What else we got?
Coming up next, the Broncos defense coming in clutch against the Steelers with an interception on the 2-yard line, winning that game 24-17 over the 7-3 Steelers. What do you guys think about that?
That was a gimme interception.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay, I played defensive tackle in football, and what he did must have been the best thing in his life. He saw it, dropped back in coverage, he just jumped, picked it, and fell to the floor, and then everyone went crazy.
First of all, there's two things I need you guys to hear. Number one, this is the sound of that giant man breathing.
What's up, everybody?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's at a post-game press conference. That's the noises he's making after the biggest play of his entire life. But this is his thoughts on the game.
That scared me a little bit.
Yeah, I know, right? This is his thoughts on his interception.
I have no clue. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, everything got all tangled up and everything, but it's a ball. I'm taking it to the hospital. This week has been real good, I got to prove to everyone I have the best hands on the team. I've been saying that for a while.
Yes. Yes, I love that.
By the way, he said, I'm going to take the ball to the hospital. He just had a kid today.
Oh, good for him.
So that was a really nice story there, too. So in the same week, not only is he the hero of his team, but he also gets to welcome his, I believe it's his son, into the world. So good for him. That's an amazing week when you really think about it. Here was Roethlisberger's thoughts on the interception.
The play, because bad things can happen, and then I never would have thought in a million years that a defensive lineman would get blocked off the ball that far right into an interception. No, it was of all the interceptions I've thrown, that's one of the most fluky I've ever been associated with.
The flukiest interception he's ever been associated with, he said. Come on, give the guy some props. And yes, I understand.
He's butthurt, that's it.
I understand that you can get... He's technically right. Was he away from the play? Yes, of course he was. But part of being a defensive tackle isn't giving pressure. It's
hands up. He put his hands up.
It could have been a coverage thing. A lot of the times in zone coverage, what they'll have linemen do is... get off the ball, get your hands on the guy, and then drop into coverage. Now, this was not the case. He was blocked well into the backfield. But he got his. Give the kid some props.
Yeah.
But what else we got?
All right, so the Colts are looking like the real deal.
That's
with
because
the
they
27-24 over the win over the Miami Dolphins. Andrew Luck's been doing his thing since
the
he got
Dolphins
back.
lost that game.
He has moments in the game.
He also caught a pass.
Yes, he did. I saw that play. Really up. Good form. Made the triangle, the whole deal.
I think Brissett's trying to have the starting job.
Yeah,
in my personal opinion. He was trying to get Andrew Luck hurt.
Yeah, Andrew Luck, new receiver.
But he threw it above his head so high.
30 for 37, 343 yards, 3 touchdowns. My only concern is the 2 interceptions. But you know what? Andrew Luck.
He's taking chances. He's back.
Yeah, he's back to his new form, and I like this Andrew Luck. Yeah, I like this better.
Frank Reich is really, really making Andrew Luck into the quarterback above and beyond what he should be, mind you.
Far beyond. Far beyond. I know right now this is the Texans' division to win, but with a healthy Andrew Luck...
It's scary.
It's a scary...
They're a sneaky team. They're a very sneaky team. The offensive line for the Indianapolis Colts is a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, they're a force.
And you know what? Before the season, you said Eric Ebron was lost. He found a home in Indianapolis.
Yes, I did. And you know what? He's making every bit of it.
He's Andrew Luck's favorite receiver.
Right now he is. And you know, honestly, for good reason.
Yeah, it's first Hilton and then Ebron.
Yep.
And then Mack, too.
And I was saying that about Hilton, too. I kept on saying, if T.Y. Hilton's the best receiver on your team, did you remember a couple weeks ago that tiptoe play into the end zone?
Yep.
God, you know what? Andrew Luck is the answer. I'm not giving them too much credit. Andrew Luck is the reason these guys are so successful. When he's on, he is like Jordan. He makes everybody around you
He's
better.
got protection, though. Yeah. It's the offensive line more than anything.
Yeah, you give credit that Quentin Nelson offensive line is doing their job.
Danny, he's
to an A+. I'm not going to lie. I don't know, Nick. I don't know if you played offensive line in football when you played in high school. I played offensive line. That chemistry they have on the offensive line. I was a left guard, and when your offensive line has good chemistry and you're strong together, your quarterback doesn't get touched because you guys know what you guys are thinking. Everyone knows everything, and they're a force to be reckoned with when that happens.
It's turned around completely.
It's turned around completely.
Can you guys still play offensive line? I know a team in New York that really needs it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm willing to put myself up for.
Play?
Rich could, I guarantee you, and he would tell you the same. He would say, I'm not football shape. I guarantee you Rich could suit up and do a better job on that offensive line.
Yep.
I guarantee it.
Yep, me too.
But let's continue. What else we got?
All right, the Minnesota Vikings are dimming the lights for the Packers' playoffs hopes with the win 24-17. Kirk Cousins showing that he is a great quarterback once again with 342 yards, 29 for 38, and 3 touchdowns. Yep. Did you guys hear Aaron Rodgers' postgame?
Yes.
I did. As a matter of fact, would you guys like to hear some?